the lies that we could pick out. And we actually sat there in the jury room for at least a half a day and tried to identify the lies that the accuser had told on the witness stand, and the lies.
The young boy, not his mother.
Right. Yeah, the young boy. He's the accuser. He's one of the 10 counts that we had to look at. Right. And that's primarily what we looked at, and that's why at one point in the deliberation we actually asked for the testimony for the accuser to be read back. The fact that he and his whole family went to see 2 attorneys and a psychologist, some of which were high-profile attorneys and psychologists who were involved in the previous Michael Jackson litigation in the early 90s. Right. And then they went to the sheriff's department, and the accuser talked about what had happened to him. When I looked at it from that perspective, it brings something else to the picture, and it says, okay, I mean, these kids, they wanted to be actors. They've seen attorneys and a psychologist before going to the sheriff's department, the J.C. Penney case.
So you went around the table and each had your say?
We did, and we tried to be democratic about it and allow each other to speak. We didn't make any enemies in there. I mean, it was a cooperative effort, and there were things that were pointed out to me that I hadn't really recognized.
Well, they just get so far, then it would backfire on them.
Right. So
all the witnesses sort of blew up, huh? Is that what it was?
That's exactly how I viewed it.
You know when they take a vote inside the jury room?
Oh, we took several.
Right. Did anybody say, you know what, I find him guilty?
Not like that, no.
No? Did anyone say on any of the counts, they thought that he was guilty of any of the counts, but everyone voted against him?
That happened a couple of times, and then we looked at the evidence. We had the evidence at our disposal in a Jason cupboard there, and we had a very nice foreman that let a couple of the gals go, and we brought things out and reviewed the evidence, and it just had to go with the evidence. It's all that you can say.
I'm still going to tell you that not any one piece stood out than any. We considered everything, and I know that every person here sitting here can tell you the exact same thing. They considered every piece as extremely important. We think it was an important piece, but it was only a piece, and the judge instructed us on that in the very beginning.
Well, I don't know about you, my jaw dropped when I heard those jurors who changed their tune about finding Jackson not guilty.
They've got to be kidding. They've got to be kidding. As we say, police.
I think the biggest problem...
I'm beyond outraged about this.
Yeah, how about the book deal, the movie deals? What's going on
T-shirt deal. We know what's going on. It's all about the money. Show me the money.
But I don't know if it's going to sell. I mean, at this point, do we really care after we heard the interview already?
They all had their right to hold their ground and stand up for what they believed in.
Yeah.
The rest of us did.
Well, it seemed like a bit of a love fest after the fact. Everybody was very comfortable with one another when they were being talked to by the press.
It wasn't that bad in there. You know, we discussed it rationally, each one of us.
All right. Well, what was the biggest argument made by Eleanor and/or Ray to convict?
Not very much. Ellie didn't have much to say that was factual. And Ray, you know, said that he probably thought Michael was innocent until he saw the police interview, and we watched that and we discussed it and we pointed out many flaws in that interview, and